everybody, good morning, welcome to today's session. I hope you're all well and enjoying the sunshine. Again, let me know if there's any extra things that you want me to include in the sessions. I've tried to get some more stretches in for everybody. Let me know if there's anything you want me to include. Let's get started. So we're just going to start with our breathing. So laying down your mat, knees bent, feet on the floor. We've got that slight curve underneath the lower back. Just resting those arms down beside you. We're going to start by just taking nice deep breaths in through the nose. Out through a pursed lip. Breathing in. And out. So as you're taking nice deep breaths in and out, I want you to think about the position of those hips. Keeping them nice and level. Imagine you have a torch on each hip bone shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. We're keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. Your shoulders are away from the ears. Chest is nice and open. Keeping the weight evenly placed through your feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. And just gently tightening in the tummy. The next time that you breathe out, I'd like you to tuck the pelvis under, so you're flattening your lower back into the mat. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. Tucking under to flatten. Holding there. And releasing out. So as you're tucking under, we're trying to get that nice, strong, flat back position. Using just the pelvis and the tummy muscles to move. On this next one, we're holding our flat back position. So we're tucking under and we're holding. So staying in your flat back, there's no gap underneath the lower spine. From here, we're going to start to tighten through the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. So you're thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. So as you're tightening, you should feel as though the tummy muscles are working harder and that the back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're going to half this contraction, so 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. Still keeping the upper body nice and relaxed, shoulders away from the ears, chest is nice and open. And if you're feeling tense, just turn those palms up to the ceiling. We're pulling the tummy all the way down towards the spine and keeping the weight evenly placed through your feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. We're halving one last time, so 20 to 25% tightening. This should feel like a very gentle lifting, so something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So your flat back position should feel nice and strong. You're using the tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. We're going to bring both legs up into tabletop. And we're going into toe taps. So you're going to tap one toe down towards the floor. Inhale to lift, swapping sides. Tap down and lift. Tap down and lift. And lift. And lift. So as you're tapping those toes down towards the floor, you're keeping that nice strong flat back position. Tummy stays tightened. Use the pelvic floor. Nice and controlled. Deep breaths and relaxing through those shoulders. Got two more on each side. Last one on each side here, tapping down and lift, tapping down and lift, hugging the knees in towards the chest. And then we're going to go onto our hands and knees to stretch out our back. So hands under the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Tummy's already nice and tightened. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck the pelvis under. We're curving the back. Arching the spine, we drop the head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale, take the pelvis back to your start position. We're working through the spine, lifting the head. Tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head, we hold, releasing out through the spine, lifting the head. So we want to get lots of movement through the back. So we're working into each section of the spine, piece by piece. do have any areas that are feeling stiff or sore, just going to slow them down. So just take your time as you work through each vertebrae one by one. So as we're curving the back, think of pulling the tummy all the way in. As you return to your start position, get the shoulders away from the ears. We've got 2 more here. Tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head, we hold. Releasing out through the spine. To lift that head. One last time here, tucking under to curve. Arching the back, dropping the head, we hold. Releasing out through the spine. Lifting the head. Pushing back into a shell stretch, bottom to your feet. Reaching the arms forwards. From there we're going to be on our sides. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. Sorry, my hay fever is really bad today. So we're going to lay on our side, knees bent, legs one on top of the other, arms are long, palm to palm. So we're going to do our chest opening stretch. Just resting the head down. Grab a pillow or something if you need to for underneath the head. So this top arm is going to lift, fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're going to twist away, looking towards the opposite wall with the hand. Holding here to get a nice stretch through the body before lifting back up and over. Coming down palm to palm. Lifting the top arm up, fingertips pointing to the ceiling. Take the head with you, twisting away towards that opposite wall. Holding there, take your stretch. Before coming up and over, back down to your start position. So we're going to keep that arm nice and long. You're reaching from your fingertips all the way into your armpit. Those legs stay glued together. Making sure you can get the twist in your waist so that we can really open up through the chest. Nice deep breaths. We shouldn't be holding the breath here. You're looking at that hand for as long as you can to maintain a good range of movement in the neck. We have 2 more on this side. Lifting up. Looking to the hand as you're twisting away. We hold. Before coming up and over. Back down, palm to palm. One more time, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Coming back up and over. Down, palm to palm. We're going to swap sides. So again, resting down with the knees bent, one on top of the other. Arms are nice and long, palm to palm. Rest that head down. Use a cushion if you need to. Top arm lifts, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. We hold. Lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. Lifting the top arm up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. We hold. Come back up and over. Coming down palm to palm. So remember, the legs are glued together. Keep them nice and grounded. Get that twist through your waist. Really open up your chest. Stretching through the arm from the fingertips all the way into your armpits. Looking at your hand, trying to keep a good range of movement on both sides of the neck. Nice deep breaths. We have 2 more here. Lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here as we stretch. Before lifting up and over. Coming down palm to palm, one last time. Fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here. Lifting up and over. Coming down palm to palm. Rolling onto your back, take a full body stretch. Staying on your back, bring the knees bent with the feet on the floor. Excuse me. And you want that neutral position underneath your lower spine, so you've got the curve underneath your back. And our arms are just going to rest down beside us. I'm going to take a nice deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. Exhale to lift the shoulders from the floor, reach the arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms, we hold. Control back down. So we're using the tummy muscles to lift us. You're pulling the belly button all the way down. The chin to chest position is there to keep that neck nice and relaxed. So think big nod of the head, then the tummy will tighten. Get the arms reaching long so the shoulders are away from the ears. Nice deep breath. Let's take 2 more here. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders. We hold. Control back down. Last one, then we'll change the arms. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms. We hold. Control back down. So from here, we're still going to nod the head, chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders off, arms are long if you can. You're taking one arm across towards the opposite knee, so you're getting a little twist here as you breathe in. Then come back to the centre and down onto the floor. Chin to chest. Lifting up, reaching over. Centre and down. Nodding the head. Lifting up, reach over. Center and down. You can support the head here if you need to. Still getting that chin to chest position. You're just going to take the hand away as you reach across. Remember to come back to the center before you come back down. Making sure the tummy and the pelvic floor are tightened. Nice deep breath. Shouldn't be holding your breath here. The arm reaches nice and long. Let's take 2 more on each side. Nod the head, lifting up. We reach over. Center and down, chin to chest. Lifting up, reach over. To the center and back down. 1 more on each side. Nod the head. Lift, reaching over. Back to the center and down. Last time, nod the head and lift. Reach over, center and down. From there we're going to hug the knees in towards the chest. And then come into a knelt position on your mat. You can grab a drink here if you need one. So if you suffer from really sore knees and being in a knelt position is too uncomfortable, then you can lay on your front with your legs nice and long, your hands mat width apart and in line with your ears. And you'll just then be lifting up with the chest, leaving the forearms on the floor. If you're happy to kneel, I'm going to bring the legs quite close together. The bottom of your legs are just out behind you, and if you suffer from cramp, just tuck those toes under, which will help to lengthen the back of the legs. From here, just take a slight nodded position with the head so you know that your chin is tucked in and you're not flinging your head back. Arms are resting beside you, shoulders are down. So you're just going to take a really small, really tiny lean back, hinging at your knees. And then lift back up. The tummy is nice and tightened the whole time. Your bottom squeezes on the way up. So inhale back, squeeze to lift. It's really tiny, don't try and go as far as you can. So think of this like a warm up. Inhale back, squeeze and lift. So tummy is tightened the whole time. Relax those shoulders, they shouldn't lift to your ears. Really squeezing the bottom on the way up. 2 more here, leaning back. Squeeze. Last one, lean back. Squeeze. From there, we're going to push ourselves back into a shell stretch, bottom to the feet. Reaching those arms in front. And then we can go on to our backs for the 100. So again, grab a drink if you need one. Excuse me. So we're going to be in a nice flat back position. Get that position really strong, nice and tucked under. From here, you're going to be lifting your legs up, and they're going to be long as you can maintain them. You're going to have both legs lifted. If you can't get your leg nice and long with a straight knee, you're just going to add a little bend in. It doesn't matter how long the leg is, as long as you can maintain that position. So what we're going to be doing is, if your neck is really sore, you're leaving your head resting down. If you're able to lift up, nod the head, lift the shoulders, arms along with the palms facing the floor. So you've got that beating of your arms that we always do for 100 repetitions, palms facing your mat. 5 as you breathe in, 5 as you breathe out. So it should look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. From there, both hands will be behind your head. And we're going to take 2 sets of 8, sitting up towards the legs. Then we rest the head down Rest the arms down beside you, and you're going to do crisscrosses. So your legs are going to crisscross like my arms are here. 2 sets of 8, so they'll crisscross forwards and backwards. If your knees are bent, that's where your crisscross will be. Up and down. And after 2 sets of 8, we relax, we'll hug those knees in, and then we'll take a nice full body stretch. Okay, so make sure you've got a nice strong flat back position. So you're really tucked under, you've lost that gap. Bring your legs up and lengthen them as long as you can maintain. If you're lifting your upper body, nod the head, lift those shoulders, arms are nice and long. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying there. Take both hands behind the head. We're sitting up for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5. Tummies in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the head down there. Relax the arms. Keep those legs nice and long if you can. We crisscross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing there. Hug the knees into your chest. And then when you're ready, take yourself into a full body stretch. Reach it nice and long. And bring yourself up to sitting. Grab a drink if you need one. So we're going to go into our mermaid stretch that we've done the last 2 days. Don't worry if you haven't done it with me yet. So what we're going to be doing, what we want to have, is a position similar to how I'm sat in now. So you've got one leg in front and one leg behind. If this position is too uncomfortable, sorry, my leggings don't fit me very well anymore. If this position is too uncomfortable, then you can either make that a more looser position, so more open, or you can come into a cross-legged position, as tight or as loose as you need that to be. Make sure that you're comfortable with the position because we're going to be stretching whilst we're there. So if you can, one leg in front, one leg behind. If not, take that into a cross-legged position. Again, one leg in front, one leg tucked under. So the leg that you've got in front is the leg we're going to be stretching towards. So we're going to be doing a nice big up and over stretch. So you're going to take the hand of the side that the leg is in front on the floor and allow that to be a hand that can slide along the mat to wherever is a comfortable position for you. The other arm is going to come down beside your leg and we're going to reach over, come all the way up like you're drawing a nice big circle. Let this hand slide away to wherever you are able to hold to stretch. And if you can, drop onto the forearm. So then you're stretching right up and over as far as you can. We're just going to hold here for a few breaths. So you're really lengthening this side of your body. Nice deep breath, refill those lungs. We're coming back up and over. We're going to the same side. So you're going to reach over as far as you can. Come up, all the way over. If you can, drop onto that forearm. Lots of length in that arm. Nice deep breaths. Really filling the lungs. From there, come back up and over. One more here, really reach. Come all the way up and over. Hold in there, take a nice long stretch. Coming back up. From here, we're just going to change the legs. So bring the other leg in front. Placing the leg behind. Remember that you can always keep that in open position or use cross legs. And it doesn't matter if on one side you're able to do the mermaid and on the other side you need to be cross-legged. You're just working to where you can on each side of your body. It's the stretch that's more important than the position of the legs. So the hand on the same side of the front leg is on the mat. We're going to reach across to the side, all the way up and over. If you can, dropping onto that forearm and stretching over. As you're in this stretch, if you are dropping down, make sure that bottom leg stays on the floor. Don't let it start to creep up into the air. Holding that nice stretch, reaching over. Nice deep breaths. Coming back up and over. And again, reach. Come all the way up and over. So if you are still on a high arm, that doesn't matter. You're still stretching over. Nice deep breaths, lengthening this side of the body. Coming back up and over one more time. Reach, lifting and stretch. Back up. Good. From here, we're all going to come into that cross-legged position, or whatever is comfortable for you, really. If the cross-legged isn't, then take the legs open. So we're going to do our walking forward. So we're lengthening through our back. You'll all be able to stretch much further forwards than me with my belly. But one leg is obviously in front, one leg is behind with that cross-legged position. So you're just going to take your hands down and start to walk yourself forwards as far as you can go. Drop that head, and here is where we're going to hold. And again, we're taking nice deep breaths in and out. We need to concentrate on filling and then emptying the lungs. So really deep breaths in and out. So it should really feel like you're breathing in and out forever. So as you're breathing out this time, just start to creep those hands a little further forwards. And again, dropping that head. Nice deep breaths. So many people don't use the full capacity of their lungs, they use shallow breathing. It's really important to make sure that you're working your full lung capacity. And again, as you breathe out, creep a little further forwards. Just holding here, use those deep breaths. From there, just walk yourself back in nice and slowly. Sitting up again, and then we're just going to change the leg that's on top. This time I'm going to turn to the side. So it's exactly the same thing that we're doing. Again, just walking those hands forwards. Allow the head to drop and take those nice deep breaths in and out. So as you're taking your nice deep breaths in and out, You should be able to feel your body rising and falling with that breath. As you exhale, creep those hands further forwards. Filling up those lungs. Here as you exhale, creep those hands forwards. Just taking nice deep breaths in and out here. Just take your time to walk those hands back in. Sitting up tall. So from here, we're then going to take those soles of the feet together so we can do our hip stretch. So your knees are nice and wide, those hips are really open, and we're dropping forwards. So those deep breaths, that's kind of how I want you to breathe throughout the entire session. Just thought I'd explain while we're stretching. There's just so many people that don't use the full volume of their lungs and breathe properly, and that's where we struggle with exercise to catch our breath because we're not utilising it enough. So if you do have any questions on that, you can drop me a message or pop something in the comments and I will try and help you as best I can. I'm not a breathing expert, but I'd like to think I am a Pilates expert, which is kind of similar, I guess. So from here, we're going to go onto our backs. Grab yourself a drink if you'd like one. Find yourself a nice flat back position and bring both of your legs up nice and long into a lifted position. Remember, exactly the same as the 100, it doesn't matter if those knees are slightly bent, as long as you can maintain that lifted position. You're going to bring your both arms up so that your fingertips are pointing to the ceiling. Your arms do need to be long, so reach them as much as you can. There's no reason for those elbows to be bent. From here, as you breathe out, you're looking towards your knee, lifting your upper body, lifting your shoulders off, and reaching towards the feet at the top. As you breathe in, coming back down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. So you can support the head here if you need to. Hands are behind the head, and as you're lifting, one arm will reach up through the centre towards both those feet. Inhale back down. So you're looking towards your knees, which will make sure that you've got your chin to chest position. Use your tummy, use your pelvic floor. Make sure that flat back position is strong. If at any point you're struggling to keep those legs lifted, just add a little bit more bend in. Doesn't matter, those legs aren't completely lengthened. If you're tight down the back of the legs, especially from doing lots of sitting around at home during lockdown, or sitting at a desk or in a chair that you're not used to working out. Let's take two more here. Nodding the head, look to the knees, lifting up. Controlling back down. And again, lifting up. Controlling back down. Relaxing there, hug those knees into your chest. Okay, so again we're in a nice strong flat back position, so still make sure you're nice and tucked under. Again, both legs are going to lift up towards the ceiling. Arms are reaching up. Remember that arms are straight. It doesn't matter if the knees need to stay slightly bent. So again, you're going to breathe out as you look towards your knees, but this time you're going to reach over to the outside of one leg. So you're taking a twist, keeping quite close to that leg if you can. Inhale to control back down. Swapping sides, look to the knees, reach to the outside of one of the legs. Back to the center. Exhale to lift. Inhale, center. Lifting up. And center. If you want to support the head, both hands come behind you, reaching one arm over. Coming back down, swapping sides. We're reaching over. Inhale down. So again, tummy and pelvic floor are nice and tightened. You're taking deep breaths. Try and keep those shoulders away from the ears. Let's take 2 more on each side. Last one on each side. Hug both the knees in towards your chest. Bring yourself into a full body stretch. And then we're coming up to a seated position. Grab a drink if you need one. So, we're going to work on our arms. So you can either stay seated, come into a knelt position, which is what I'll do, or you can come up to standing. So again, if you know that your knees are sore and that you struggle to stay in a knelt position, then it's absolutely fine for you to come up to standing. I just won't be in shot anymore if I did that, okay? So we're going to do our usual arms, give them a little shake out, and then we're going to add a few little extra things in. So again, if you want to use an extra little weight, or baked bean tins or anything like that you've got at home, then you can, and then build that weight up, absolutely fine. So, kneeling up nice and tall. Try and think about keeping your tummy really tightened while we do this. So we're going to do our arm circles forwards, arm circles back, pushing up, pushing down, pushing forwards, pushing back. Those arms stay nice and long. We'll do 8 of each. We'll bring the arms down, and then we'll go back up and go again, and then we'll rest, and I'll tell you what we're doing next. Excuse me. So bring those arms out nice and long. So think shoulders are still down. We're circling forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms to the ceiling. Push up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the arms come down. We're going back out, circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let them rest down. So now what we're going to do is we're going to be lifting our arms from here all the way up and all the way down several times, but it's going to be really, really slow. So we're going to lift up across a set of 8, we'll try first, and down for a set of 8, and we'll do that twice. So we'll do 4 up, down, we'll rest, and then we'll go for one more, see how our arms are. Okay, are we ready? Here we go, lifting for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, let's go again. It's the last time we'll do this. Lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, give those arms a little shake out. Good, okay, from here we're going to go on to our hands and knees. So we're going to do our arm and leg lifts, but we're going to break them down so they're completely separate. So we're going to start on our arms, hands and knees, on long arms, and we're just working the arms. The knees are there to stabilise you. I'm just separating it so that I know you can get a long line in your arm and your leg at the same time, but we'll start with it separate. I don't know if that makes any sense what I'm saying to you. But anyway, hands and knees. So if you know that you're going to cramp up or you suffer from being able to stabilise yourself, tuck those toes under. If not, just allow the tops of your feet to rest down onto the mat. If you do suffer from tight calves or Achilles, those toes tucked under will help to get a little bit more length through there. So all we're going to do from here, swapping sides each time with just the arms, is we're lifting up and down, lifting up and down. What we need to think about is getting that long line with your hands still touching the floor, and then you're going to lift and come back down. So think your long line starts before you lift from the floor and down. And what you might find, I certainly find, is that without lifting the leg, I can't lift the arm as high. That might just be that I suffer from quite tight shoulders, but I find that if I'm lifting the leg at the same time, I can get a better lift through my arm. So you're just thinking long, then we lift. Hold and down. Long, then we lift. Hold and back down. What you want to think about is just breathing as and when you need to. We're not holding the breath. We also want to get really tightened through the tummy. So think about pulling your tummy all the way in, pulling all that lockdown cake all the way in, keeping that nice long line through your back. Make sure you're not dropping your head down or tipping your head too far up. You're just looking down towards the floor, really, past those fingertips towards the end of your mat. Just getting that nice length. We'll take 2 more on each side. And again here, if you wanted to make this more challenging, you could have a weight or something at the end of your mat that you pick up as you lift. One more on each side, reaching long. Then we lift. Reaching long. Then we lift. Just relaxing there, give those wrists a little roll through. So now we're going straight onto our forearms. We did this one the other day, possibly Monday we did this one. I can't remember all the days rolling to one. So you're on your forearms, same rule that I always say, I want your forearms to be the width of your shoulders, as well as your hands. So don't cross your hands over or let them open out. They stay in that line, pointing forwards in a parallel line. You can have palms down or fists, but staying there. Keep those knees underneath your hips. Just going to start with one leg here. So to begin with, your leg comes out long with the toes tucked under. So almost as if you were going to step out into your plank position. Your other knee is underneath your hip. And from here, you're going to lift with the foot flexed still, up and down. So you should have your leg in a perfectly straight line because it is reached as far out behind you as it possibly can be. Lifting up and down. Up and down. If you suffer from sore hips, you might be feeling this a little bit in the leg that's supporting you. You just want to keep that length. The tummy still nice and tightened. It hasn't got to be a big kick back. You're just thinking about lifting that solid long line up as high as you can. Keeping that good form through the rest of the body. So we're not leaning over to get more lift. It's keeping the body still, lifting up. We've got two more on this side. Lift up and down. Lift up and down. Bring that leg back in. So then you're going to take the other leg out nice and long behind you, toes are tucked under. And again, lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. So for example, I know that I'm suffering from really tight hip flexors in this left-hand side, and I can really feel them firing up as I'm lifting that back leg. And sometimes that slight discomfort that you can feel in a muscle isn't always a bad thing. It can mean that it's starting to kick in and work to allow it to strengthen. Obviously, if it's excruciating, keep it small or ease off, slow those down. Just listen to your body, lifting up and down. Don't forget to breathe here. Let's take two more. We're lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Relax there. We're going to take a shell stretch back here, so you're really getting into those hips, which we've just worked quite a lot in those leg lifts. Reaching those arms out in front. Good. From here, we're going to go straight into our planks. We're going to do the same plank that we did yesterday, but we're going to add an extra little bit in. So this is more of like a gym type movement than Pilates, but I know that you're all super strong and that you'll give it a go, so we'll try it out and see. So I'm going to do it facing you to begin with so that you can see what my upper body is doing, and I'll turn to the side. So you're going to start, you can start on your forearms if you want to. The arm lifts will be a little bit harder to get into the right position, but we haven't done a lot of work on the arms, so I'm hoping that those with sore wrists will be able to maintain that lifted position. So come to the front of your mat. So we're going to take that step back, leg nice and long, weight in the toes, and then the other leg comes to join it. We're finding our nice strong plank position, so you're squeezing your bottom, tightening your tummy. You're going to lift one arm off, touch the shoulder, put it down. Lift the other arm off, touch the shoulder, put it down. If you're feeling strong enough, you're going to lift up, touch your hip, put it down. Lift up, touch your hip, put it down, and relax. So you're going to go lift to shoulder, lift to shoulder, lift to hip, lift to hip. Okay? So you're focusing on balancing there for a long period of time. Use your breath. Step back, step back. Strong plank position. Squeeze your bottom, tighten your tummy. Touch the shoulder and down. Touch the shoulder and down. Touch the hip and down, hip and down, relaxing there. What I want you to try and avoid is frantically going lift, touch, lift, touch, lift, touch, lift, touch. Just nice and controlled. If you're squeezing your bottom, tightening your tummy, and you're breathing, you can take it in your own time. Even if you're not quite reaching that point, it's just a lift off and down, really controlled. Step back, tucking under. We touch and down, touch and down, to the hip and down, to the hip and down. Relax. When you're ready, we're going again. Step back, strong plank, squeeze and tighten. Touch, down, hip, down, and relax. We've got 2 more. Step back, strong plank. Breathe, shoulder, down, hip, down, relax. We've got 1 more. Step back, strong plank. Shoulder, down, to the hip, down, relaxing there. Rolling through those wrists. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. We're going to go into a nice stretch, especially through those hips. Excuse me, my hay fever is so bad today. So we're going to do pigeon stretch or a step forward stretch, whichever one you're able to do. So if you're able to do the pigeon stretch, you're going to be bringing one leg in front with the foot tucked under. Hopefully you can see that. I'll turn to face you. One leg tucked under, the other leg reaching behind in this position. If you're not able to do that, that's absolutely fine. You're going to step one foot forwards towards your hand and the other leg is behind, either on the knee or lifted. So you're in like a really low lunge position. It will work the same muscles, and as we gain that flexibility, we can go into the pigeon. So whichever stretch you're in, you want to try and get that leg behind you as long as you're able to. Doesn't matter if it's bent, it's just to where you're able to go. You can either stay on nice high hands so you're lifted through the chest, or if you're comfortable and flexible enough, you drop down onto the forearms. So this is a really nice stretch to get really into your hip and into your bottom, and that back leg nice and long. If you're feeling this in different places than where I'm saying, it will just be that you're tighter in different areas that will feel the stretch first. Then when we loosen those off, you'll start to feel it in other places. Still taking nice deep breaths when you're in your stretch. That's really important, because as you breathe out, your body will relax into it a little bit more. Relaxing there, untangle yourself. We're going on the other side, so you're either taking that step forwards with the foot, leg behind, you're tucking that leg under in front, one leg reaches away. So again, either stay on long arms with that chest nice and lifted. If you're flexible enough, drop yourself down onto your forearms. And that can be done with the leg in the bent position in front as well. So again, feeling that into the leg that you've got in front, the hip, the bottom, lengthening the leg out behind. Deep breaths. From there, just relaxing out of that position. Come into cross-legged or opening the legs, whatever's comfortable for you. And then we're going to take our hands interlaced. Reaching the arms forwards, drop your head through the centre. Think about pulling your tummy in, so you're almost pulling your arms away and your belly button towards your spine. Just Just relax the arms down there. As you sit up, just take a roll back of those shoulders. Take the hands behind, pulling the arms back, lifting your chest to the ceiling. Nice deep breaths. Relax the arms down there again, rolling the shoulders back. Same thing again, interlace the fingers reaching forwards, curve the back, pull the tummy in, drop that head. Relaxing the arms, this time you're rolling the shoulders forwards. I'm running over very slightly, but I don't think anyone's got anywhere to go, so we should be fine. Interlace the fingers behind, reaching back, lifting the chest. Relaxing there, rolling those shoulders forwards. And that is today's class finished. Well done. Thank you for joining me today. If you've got any questions on any of those breathing things I said, if you couldn't hear me very well, let me know. And if anything I'm saying isn't making sense, then again, let me know. I didn't realise how much of a real thing baby brain was until I started getting confused with everything. So if I'm not making sense or I'm saying something that like you don't understand, please just send me a message and I'll try and explain it a little bit better. Looks like it's going to be a nice sunny day today. So I hope you all enjoy that, and I hope to see lots of you tomorrow or Friday. Bye!